So over the years, technology has advanced in real life and in tabs too. You start out with wooden weapons, then you get metal, and then you get the finest types of metals. And then you're like, hey, why don't we shoot these little pieces of metal at people? So the weaponry advances until you circle back to melee weapons. And this is the advancement of it today until... What? Cobra Commander? Well, it looks like we got a G.I. Joe themed episode today. It looks like Cobra Commander and his Cobra goons are invading, and I wonder who's gonna defend the realm of tabs. Oh, of course it's gotta be Snake Eyes and a couple of good old Joes. But we interrupt our regularly scheduled programming. The War on Cobra is on. G.I. Joe War on Cobra is free to download and is also the sponsor of today's video, so thank you. The game is out right now for Android and iOS devices. G.I. Joe War on Cobra has something for everyone. Once you've chosen your side, you're gonna be introduced to the game's mechanics. As you continue with the single-player campaign missions, more options for reinforcing your armory begin to open up. War on Cobra also features a player versus player game mode as well as a ranked leaderboard. While you're watching, I've got a special gift from D3 Go. They're gonna give away 2 free characters for all new players to help reinforce your army. There's a link in the video description below, so click that. Joes can look forward to picking up a free bazooka and G.I. Joe missile specialist, while Cobra followers add the missile BAT, the battle android trooper, to their squad. Check out the link in the video description below, or you can head to d3go.com/BVG. Once again, I want to say a big thank you to G.I. Joe War on Cobra for sponsoring us today. Now let's get back into the action. How come whenever there's a giant invasion into the dimension of Totally Accurate Battle Simulator that it's always the tribal faction that gets attacked first? Well, today's no different. When the Cobra Commander decided to send 3 of his scouts here, armed with beautiful FN scars, and my god, their equipment is incredible. Like, look at their armor. I love this. You can see the little red googly eyes behind their face masks and their armored helmets. But it's just this poor bone chieftain over here with his boys. They were just making s'mores out by the fire. But little did they know that today was the day that they probably were gonna die, and Cobra Commander was going to set his sights on the massive invasion of Totally Accurate Battle Simulator. So, listen to this gunfire. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be pretty interesting. So the bullets, in an effort here to kind of have a little bit more balance, they have a stun effect, they knock back, but it does take a little while. And these guys don't cost like a ton of money, so that we can run them in the campaign if we want to, which I really enjoy, because it would be kind of funny to see Cobra Commander try to do that. Now, we've got a wide variety of units, and as you're watching this, I want to remind you guys once again that on our premiere weekend tabs videos where we show off the Baron mods, I want you guys in the comments to let me know what mods you want made. And the last one, Lord of the Rings, was a very popular choice. We may be working on that soon. There's all kinds of stuff we can do. Now, a real quick aside is that I gotta get a hold of the tabs modding community, because my thought is it'd be best to just share the mods there where all the other mods are shared. So here's a little bit of a flashback to the Mando and Baby Yoda. This is obviously Grandpa Yoda fighting. Look at the sound effects. We got sound effects, we got custom models, we got it all, and we can do it all. 11 units. Cobra Commander with 10 Cobra soldiers. Wouldn't it be awesome if they could pull out their pistols? Against 35 of the tribal faction. What are these lightning bolts, you may be asking yourself? Well, that's just Cobra Commander's special ability. You guys remember the summoner? Well, he can summon in units. Unfortunately, he's summoning them right into the enemy lines, but he cares not for his little Cobra grunts. They're just tools with which he uses. Look, he's putting one of them into a headlock, or I guess he was using him as a body shield. I gotta say that, like, an Aladdin mod would be interesting. This staff reminds me of Jafar. Remember? Oh man, imagine Jafar being able to, like, mesmerize and control units. So real quick, I want to show you guys Cobra Commander's ability up front, right? So you're gonna see lightning bolts start popping out of that staff as he spins it around like it's a discotheque. And then you'll notice that a couple of the Cobra soldiers just start spawning in. So there's 3 of them. One of them is already dead. Some of the protectors are getting gunned down already because these bullets are, you know, what are these? I forget what round they're using. Are they 5.56? Anyway, they're really good at penetrating through wooden shields, needless to say. So the rules are simple. If Cobra Commander dies, he's gonna have to go to a different dimension. It's gonna get harder and harder, and he looks like his pelvis is getting shattered by a bunch of rocks, and he decides to try to melee it out with the woolly mammoth. But if he does not do well here, which it looks like his firing line, look at this. This is awesome. I love these soldiers. They're like, it's like a mix of like the modern faction kind of units. Oh my gosh, and the stun ability on them. It reminds me of Bloons, where you can upgrade your sniper to be able to stun the big bosses. Uh-oh, he's just taking a nap. I think what we need some upgraded weaponry. Well, it was only a matter of time, don't you think, till they got a little bit hungry and they decided, oh, you know what, I want a little pumpkin pie. And the invasion of the farmer faction in their beautiful and peaceful domains. I always imagine that, like, the intro sequence to Fellowship of the Ring, when it's like the section's called Concerning Hobbits, that happy music, and everybody's just drinking, you know, the beverages and having their beautiful time, that music would be playing here. But alas, this is not a peaceful time in Totally Accurate Battle Simulator land. But the cavalry units are coming in here, and I just gotta say that Cobra Commander is one of the coolest units. You better not walk off into that water. Okay, you're gonna do it, aren't you? I don't even know how he's alive right now. How he's staying on that bridge. He's like riding it like a horse. I think we should modify him a little bit so that he can spawn in a few more units. Because I know what you guys are thinking. This farmer faction needs a little bit of help. I mean, they don't really. But it was only a matter of time till Cobra's actions, their overt actions on the invasion of Tabs, were noticed. And look at this guy. He's throwing a freaking grenade out there. Oh no, that's gonna be a little bit of friendly fire. I mean, the Joes may not be the smartest of soldiers, but my god, do they look stylish in their little modern analog type camouflage. They got their little head bandanas. It kind of reminds me of Ninja Turtles, ain't gonna lie. Come on, boys, keep up the good fight. You better throw that grenade before you get shot off this cliff. Uh-oh, right at Cobra Commander's feet. That is, look at him flying. Look at that cape. The dynamic, like, the dynamism of his cape alone is pretty freaking awesome. He kind of reminds me of Palpatine in Jafar. You know, it just... Uh-oh. These guys are getting knocked off the cliff. They're gonna have to call in some reinforcements, but who could help? See, that's the question, right? Who could help as this guy just gets pummeled off the cliff? Goodbye. Cobra's decided to invade. Oh, this is gonna be one of their big mistakes, I think. They're going after the Dynasty faction, which, I'll have you know, trains some of the best ninjas in all of the land. And, oh, we got some rocket artillery barrages here with the Hawatches, so this is going to be pretty interesting to see if any of these guys actually get hit, because it just looks like they're woefully ill-aimed. And the samurai are actually able to block incoming bullets. But they don't really know what bullets are, right? So I wonder who taught them that. Uh-oh. Cobra Commander's not gonna do very well. So once again, if this video gets 20,000 likes, I'm gonna give off some of it until the rest is balanced. But I think this one's actually pretty good. I think we could give them all away, because you've almost seen everybody except for the cream of the crop, the most elite of ninjas. At the Ninja Academy, who do you think trained them all? Snake Eyes. Look at those swords. Look at that helmet. He's glorious and beautiful. It's like he's so well armored and masked that you can't even really tell what faction he's on, because he doesn't show his color like blue or red. It's probably because, you know what? Oh god, you better not walk into that hole. I always love how the soldiers just kind of derp out. So this is gonna be pretty interesting, because the senseis are just firing all the shuriken, and eventually Snake Eyes is gonna make his way to the front here. Oh my god. Snake Eyes didn't even get a... He didn't even, like, well, so I guess to know the end of the story, one must now learn the beginning, right? How did Snake Eyes get here to train all these ninjas? We had to learn from the legendary Monkey King, of course, who pitted him against the many trials to become a ninja. First, you must be able to dispatch multiple opponents, which looks a little bit challenging. This is only the finest of combat skills for your viewing pleasure. You may question his methods, but you cannot deny the results. Then it was the warrior monks with their giant melee staffs that, you know, Snake Eyes had to fight off in order to, I guess, become a master ninja. He spends a lot of time on his back, but I think that's because he's resting and thinking and planning his enemy's demise. It wasn't the easiest of tasks, but he definitely got a lot of nap time. I mean, what are you doing, Snake Eyes? Kill them! I mean, come on, dude. But then he had to fight the ninjas in the dojo, so let's see him do so well in slow motion. He's dodging some of them. It doesn't look like he's having a very good time with this one. We need to have a Snake Eyes that's able to also throw shuriken, I think. But it was at this time he was like, hey, maybe we should just use some modern firepower. I mean, why not call in the Joes? Maybe a ninja is only good as his teammates. Oh, God. And one of the greatest challenges he had was he was tasked with holding a very strategic fortress without any support. So naturally, he got out his cellular device and called in the Joes to defend the walls of Constantinople against, I mean, of course it's the samurai faction. One of the rogue Ronin who said, hey, your outfits looks cooler than mine and I don't really like you. So this is gonna be pretty interesting to see if these guys can hold the fortress, because it doesn't look like they're doing too well, but the breakdancing skills are pretty good. Yeah, some of these guys just fall off the map right off from the bat. Oh, but look at this. Don't you love when grenades go off in close confines when there's a lot of... Oh my God, the grenades were blocked. The grenades are being blocked, but you can see some of them going off. But look at this siege, man. I love these new simulation maps that have come out in the new tabs update 0.9 point something. Oh my God, we need to build jetpacks in Total Aggro Battle Simulator, don't you think? This is my favorite part about mods, is, you know, we're still learning and we're putting out some fun ones. Oh, they're grenadiers. I was wondering what they're doing. I'm actually gonna take to these walls real quick. I wanna know what it's like to be a Joe and use my AR here from the flank. Oh, it looks like most everybody's dead except that guy. Look at the way I'm firing this gun. Oh my God, it's amazing. Who's left alive? Nobody. So here it is. Here is the G.I. Joe mod pack. We've got 5 units. G.I. Joe Grenadier, G.I. Joe Gunner, Snake Eyes, Cobra Commander, and Cobra Trooper. Trying to do these mods once a week, right? So if you guys have some additional units you'd like to see for the G.I. Joe mod pack, let me know. But we're gonna have Cobra siege this fortress. Now, unfortunately, Cobra's army is pretty big, but it doesn't look big enough to attack this fortress and successfully take it. So he's gonna have to hire some mercenaries, and I don't know why, but whenever some warlord needs to hire mercenaries, why do they always hire the Vikings? They just seem to be like, you know, soldiers of fortune, and I love these units because they're able to jump. They may not be the best at jumping, some of them may fall, but they can also scare the enemy defenders off of the wall. I'm sorry. Did they really just all just... Hold on. If we play this one again, will that happen? I'm genuinely curious to see if all of these berserkers will just happen to jump off. Some of these defenders don't even... Only one guy actually made it onto the walls. And he's hacking this guy up. Where's his gun? Oh, there's the Grenadiers. And whenever there's a guy without a gun, I'm always surprised. Okay, look at Snake Eyes with his little explosive ability as he gets knocked out by a Viking mercenary and catapults himself off of the fortress. It doesn't seem like he's able to really defend the walls all that well. But, you know, the Vikings seem to be doing their job. Kind of doing their job. Most of their units, and there's the Jarl. Oh, Jarl face. All right, Cobra Commander, it's time to attack the final fortress. And that one is on the new simulation maps. Defend the tower. Well, it looks like the king's castle. I mean, if it's the king's castle and Joe had to retreat back here, then they would definitely be joined by this medieval army in defending the castle. And it looks like that Cobra Commander has recruited some local dinosaurs from the tribal faction led by the now evil, and also incredibly long-necked Bone Mage. And of course, the Viking mercenaries, because I don't know why. The Vikings are always seeming like the bad guys. Okay, some of the Joe soldiers are dumb. Let's see if this guy cracks his knees. He jumps straight off. Okay, the Raptor cavalry charges through. And look at this army. This is going to be kind of scary, man. This looks like the Battle of Helm's Deep, where everyone's just charging up that main ramp towards the front gate. Will the king's army and all the king's men be able to put Humpty Dumpty... No, be able to defend the fortress? I don't know, man. I think these guys are going to need a little bit of help. But who could help? You'd have to be super powerful, right? Well, I guess the reinforcements would have to come from, you know, the people you'd suspect. Zeus and his beastly Minotaur and a few of the most elite Spartans, and obviously Batman too. Oh yeah, it's a little bit of an Easter egg for those of you who stayed. We've got Batman out here, and I actually kind of want to see how well he does. That's another mod that we're working on right now, is a little bit of a DC Comics, little Batman, some Harley Quinn. Here's Batman out here, and he's up. He's not down just yet, even though he's getting shot to ribbons. There's just too many Cobra soldiers. Where's Zeus when you need him? Come on, Zeus. You gotta keep fighting. You gotta keep fighting. Oh, the king has turned into the Shadow Realm right now. He's taking bullets after bullets. He's doing his best he can. I think we need an opposing cavalry charge and a little bit of help from Da Vinci's genius. Oh, that's gonna be pretty good at stopping most of the enemy units from getting in. There's a lot of I think there's a little bit of friendly fire and maybe enough chaos. Look at that. Yeah, speaking of friendly fire, that's an arrow in the back of your own friend's neck. Oh, here's the Minotaur. Charge, Minotaur. Don't charge off the cliff. Get up and charge the Minotaur. Fight the good fight, Minotaur. I mean, you held him off for a little bit. Look at just how sheer chaos this is right here. I just freaking love it. I love Tabs mods. I love that we can have influence on the upcoming Tabs mods, which is why I want your input on what we should come up with next. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been an episode of Totally Accurate Battle Simulator. It was G.I. Joe themed, and I want to say a big shout out to our sponsor once again, G.I. Joe War on Cobra. This is the perfect moment to say War on Cobra as this Cobra soldier falls to his demise. Links in the video description. Make sure to check it out. Leave your feedback on what you'd like the next mods to be, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Oh my god, Snake Eyes actually survived a battle!